So here we are. We're back. We're talking about the uh, USD JPY pair. I wanted to talk about just the sentiment trades, the sentiment harmonic trades, because if you look at the harmonic trades, we're looking at it's quite solid. I mean, it's been even with its some of its alt losses or whatever. If you look at the history, let's see if I can go over the history. It still comes back. I mean, started with the first trade with some mistakes that I closed. Then we had these, okay, but began to go into profit rather quickly, um, to 30, and then now the unrealized is at 193 with several trades open. Now, what's been a very tricky one to trade, I mean, no matter what strategy you're using, USD JPY is by far, in my experience, the most difficult, or USD JPY and GBP JPY, most difficult ones to trade. And using the harmonic strategy along with sentiment, which I call that core strategy, which is the contrarian order flow and reversal evaluation strategy. And what that is it's the sentiment strategy. Here I have my data for the sentiments. All right. So for this one, or you can look through the others and see uh, how it's done. So to show you how I got the USD JPY trade to be pretty much a sniper trade, I'll show you that in a minute. Now, before we get to that, I want you to take a look at some of these, how these are flowing. Okay. When I have lists that go back 2 years on this stuff, all right, the more data you have, the more armed you can be to know where you are in the trade. So you will know where the price of the where the price of the pair is going based on previous data. Now we can look here. I highlight, which I need to highlight some more. Highlight some of the areas where prices have gone into extremes. I think I was doing something else with these, but where prices have gone into extremes, like 1090 and 91.9 and whatnot. All right. Now there are some pairs, okay, mainly those higher pairs that aren't going to show numbers like 991. Okay, where the buyer side is on this side, seller side on this side for the sentiment. Okay, um, pairs like Euro USD, you would never see it go to an extreme. The only way, because it's so heavily traded, um, the lighter the pair is, or the lesser volume, the more volatile it is, because the sentiment can be swayed to an extreme. Like for example, if you have like USD CNH, some of the exotic pairs, the reason why they fluctuate so much is because you can have a small group of people that are focused on that trade. They pretty much have the same opinion as to where that price is going. And when they change their minds, the thing goes the other way rather quickly. It doesn't take a lot of people because there are a lot of people to begin with. Now, when it comes to your things like GBP USD, USD JPY, Euro USD, those pairs will tend to be less volatile. People like them, so more people gravitate to them, thus creating a more balanced effect when it comes to the sentiment. You won't see large groups of people believing that the euro is going to appreciate or going to depreciate. There's going to be still um, that larger minority that's going to be on the other side. So the most extreme that you're probably going to see on this chart is going to be 1882, you know, um, 2080. All right, and then head the other way to see what happened. It got to 2080, and what happened? The price started dropping down. We start seeing the buyers come to the other side, some of the sellers moving, and the price coming to the other side. All right, that means price is going down. So whenever I see a number like that, regardless of where the price is, okay, on Euro USD, I know I'm ready to be ready to sell it, because they're not going to be there's not going to be more buyers getting going into that pair anymore. All the buyers are already saturated. The bag holders are going to be 20%. They're going to be there. They're in it till the end, or they've already lost their money. We're at a point where they don't give a shit anymore, and that's it. So then the sellers are going to kick in, and it's just gonna sellers are going to take over. Um, with that. Okay. Contrarian. It's just the way it flows. We can get a little deeper as to why, but do you really want to know why? I mean, get into why. I can get into that. I've done it before. Not going to do that now. You can watch the previous video or become one of those students. Just know what happens. All right. And now on the upper side, we can see for the past, 2 months or so, the most extreme that we've gotten is going to be 37. I think that's it, right? That pretty much 37. So I know that when I'm in the ranges of 37, 36, even possibly, 30, 33, maybe 31, probably stay out of it at 31. But when it's in the upper 30s, I know that price is now time to buy. Okay. So looking at USD JPY, we'll take a look at the bottom row here. We see that price bounces between 40 and 68. And you see a number any lower, excuse me, sorry about that. Had a nice cafe latte before I picked up. All right, so we don't see a number lower than past. Now, there was an extreme here, which is an anomaly, which doesn't happen too often, not to worry about it, but you do see a 30, 70, which is very rare. Most of the numbers you see are what? In the 40s and 60s. So what does that tell? There's another one. 29. Okay, I take that back. The extreme was 29. Now I really better really sell it when you see that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to build up a nice database of numbers so that you can know when price has the highest probability chances of reversing. Okay, and whatnot. Okay, so going here for the USD JPY trades, we have this going on, and I see that today we were at 49. So 40 in the 40s, that tells me the chances are it's going to go back the other way, which means what? Price is going to drop. And so what I did was I also found a harmonic that had formed. Okay, came up to this point, and I said, well, I need to get into a short, and this is where we are right now today. All right, very simple. It's how I took advantage, how I did a sniper trade on USD JPY. You have to build up your database, you have to build up your sentiment, put that together with the harmonic, and you can win. So I'm going to end this video. I got to move on. I got to do some work up here. Okay, got to make some calls or whatever. And I'll see you next time. Peace.